Welcome to another Field of Glory 2 medieval tournament battle. This is round 4 out of 5 of the Rise of the Swiss tournament. This is one of a paired match against Gramid. I have French 1484 against Neapolitan 1443. So we've both won all 6 matches so far. So we're battling it out for the chance to have a chance at the top, there being 5 rounds in total. Okay, so it's the Rise of the Swiss tournament, and the French can field formidable Swiss mercenaries, which I'm not bringing. The thing is, 2 of them is 308 points, which is over a quarter of the army, and no thank you. Instead, for a main battle line, we have a mix of raw pikemen and men-at-arms. To seize this rough high ground, we have a swarm of lights, handgunners, javelin men, backed by raw longbowmen to actually seize control of it. We've got some light horse crossbowmen to try to slip around the left, or the right. On the left, we have a couple more light horse, light lancers, jinetes. We also have mounted handgunners to support them, and missile troops in the rough. Some cannons out front, so whether we take an offensive or defensive stance will really depend on his force comp and deployment, so we're going to just stay flexible here. Alright, let's see that force comp and deployment. What do we got? Interesting. Contest for the rough. Men at arms. Okay, can work with that. And how do I want to go about this part of the fight? Well, we don't need to expose ourselves too much yet. What do you see? Ah, yeah, crossbowman. Makes sense. Alright, so we'll probably want more men over here. Let's see. I'm guessing they're not going to come forward, so then longbowmen. These two can come out, because if they need to, they can throw stakes down. These can slowly work their way over to the other wing, which might end up having a hard time. We'll see. Yeah, I didn't expect him to be deployed so far over. That's kind of a problem. What you might need to do is... they should stay. They should stay. See if they can slip by when the fighting begins. And we can consider... Do I want to consider that? Yeah. Should consider bringing these archers to the right as well, depending on what else he has here. It's a bit of a slog, but it could be worth it. Next turn. Let's see what we got. Pretty straightforward movement. Okay. We'll have to allow him the first volley so our raw longbows can get up there. The push by the crossbows is kind of scary, isn't it? Maybe I should just abandon that hill. There's still time. I don't need to contest it. Well, let's trundle forward with our guns a bit and consider. 7 lights to, well, 9 really, versus 8, and then 3 longbowmen versus a lot. I go here, he can move forward 2. I can go here. It's kinda... I might need to nope out of here. Might need to nope right out of here. And instead attempt to form some kind of battle line here. Yep, that's the plan. The difficulty will be not getting caught out as we flee. I think it should be somewhat doable. We might lose 1 or 2 units in the process. I think that's a price we can pay. Next turn, let's see how my horrible backpedaling goes here. Got no intention of fighting for this, so we'll see where we can fight instead. These light javelin men could be useful for fighting a delaying action. It's all a bit of a mess. I don't know if I like this line of contact, but it gives us a bit of open space. Temporarily, they can fall back if they need to. Next turn, They might disrupt. Nope. Yeah, this is all pretty unfortunate, but I still think we should be able to get away from here without losing more than a couple of units, which, while that's bad, it's better to lose a couple of units to a bad deployment than an entire wing and the battle. We can also use our light horse to cover. If they push, we can countercharge. Okay, so how do we want to go about this? No sense chasing them. If they don't want to be caught, we won't catch them. So that is what it is. Okay, so again, keep trying to set up a line here. Cut our losses here, post up on the right. We might need these. We might even need these to assist here. It becomes enough of a mess. Maybe I'll set that move up now. Okay. Next turn, see how much we suffer now. Again, that's a long range, and that's crossbow fire against trash, so it's not the worst. I mean, where are you going, dude? Can't attack this position, so I'll have to offer battle in the open, really. Keep sending line infantry to scout that out. Okay, move. We'll get shot at from behind, probably, but it's alright. Might shift one man at arms over here, depending. This pikeman can choose direction based on what happens here. Yeah, again, not ideal, not exactly a disaster. To keep falling back and get our line situated. Longbowmen. Let's move like that. Oh, cannon back and just hang out there for the moment. We might need to end up pulling some of these men-at-arms back too. Next turn. Yeah. Shit was bound to happen eventually. Okay, anything? Not yet. Fine. Occupy that rough ground. Away. And keep moving away. At this point, do we have to turn and fight? This might be the point. Let's bring these mounted handgunners over here. Maybe one more turn. One more turn. Back. It's unlikely to be able to simply break our troops. Actually, it's impossible. We can get a frag at most. And at that point, we can cover. Let's see, would that be full arc? I think it would. Okay, we have Jinetes and Light Lancers. Let's bring Light Lancers back as well. We can just hang out there. These two can cover against those units, so we can try to concentrate on anyone that comes out here. For whatever that's worth. Okay, here. Away. Away. They could threaten to set up a flank. But he could prevent that by just zoning me out. So instead, let's just hang back. Charge if he tries to set up a flank. If we get shot at, disrupted, whatever, run away. Job done. Next turn. Okay, so leave. Now it's time to cover their retreat. Half arc, but it's an extra negative cohesion, so I wanted to do it anyway. Again, range 2, but they already took fire from the bowman. This is risking a frag, but I really wanted better. Well, you're dead, but one unit is not a huge deal. Do we bother? Oh, that's worth it, but let's see if he elicits a reaction. Could be worth it just for that. Okay. Anyone home? No. Great. Our forest is ours. Do I throw down stakes? What's the point? Shouldn't really bother unless he moves closer. Here, I guess we can make our intentions clear enough. It's overkill, but whatever. Okay, take it from there. Next turn. Ooh, alright. There's our blood sacrifice then. Not a good day for the cavalry. They're coming out and using ammo, which is fine by me. Still nothing. It's a fair amount of cavalry there. You turn to face it, you withdraw. We're going to try to concentrate on fighting in this area here. So why not see what happens? They evade. Okay, so catch them out. Good. Try again. Too bad. Well, why don't you try here, and they'll try to evade nearby raw longbows. Keep moving away. Advance. Turn. We're going to prepare to engage those crossbowmen soon. We could even threaten a charge. See what the response is to that. And I don't feel inclined to threaten a charge here. Again, that forest is a problem. I don't have a good way to deal with it. Let's bring up light lancers to also threaten those crossbowmen. Something like that. Oh yeah, get the hell out of there. You're dead. Maybe not yet, but soon. Right. Peel off and lurk in that wood for the moment. Keep skirmishing. We're at turn 9, so we might need to get a move on soon. I think once these knights come down, we might be able to do a thing. Next turn. Rally on a slight horse. We might frag from that contact. There it is. Break, but if we're lucky, they'll pursue off map. We'll see about that. Alright, men at arms are on their way. Nuclear impact for the win. Okay, they're coming out. So now these men-at-arms have covered their crossbowmen against the handgunners. It's a lot of decisions to make. But in the meantime, let's see. Some pressure on. And, well, fight this melee first. Threaten a drop. Do we save our handgun ammo or save our arrows? Probably try to save our handgun ammo. Hold firm. Okay. See if you can catch him out. Nope. Side. Loose. Held firm. Pikes forward. And cavalry can shift over. Loose arrows. Turn those guns. Where can we fight? We shift over. Shift over. Back. Back. These have to wait, I think. So we'll try to advance here as much as possible. Get a charge ready. And loose arrows. Good. Away. Wait. All right. Next turn. Okay, so we've got him to move. Which means you can come down that way. Fire. Not quite, huh? Okay, let's consider. Get ready to get back into this rough ground. Be annoying. Make it into that rough ground. Good. Yeah, that works. Maybe that's not necessary. There. Commander-in-Chief, huh? Okay. Then what? See how this melee goes. Not especially great. You might have to risk getting charged then. Tempted to pick up our stakes and move them. Yeah, that's fine. Should have done this first. Let's try it. Damn, I thought it would be enough. Hello. Okay, mounted handgunners. Try to arc around. Here. Okay, he might shoot up these guns, but that's okay. Next turn. I mean, that'll be irritating. Good. Awkward. Let's bounce that. Good. Nice. Come on, drop, 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 drop. Alright. Commander-in-Chief and a handgunners unit. Interesting. Right, why don't we hurl you in? Oh, don't do that. Oh god. Oh, is that wise? Okay. I don't really love that. Right, crunch in there. Good, fragged. Break and frag? Perhaps? No. There it is. And break. Good. Shove them off. Apply some pressure. Good. Fire. Good. Let's see. see here. This is a bit unfortunate. Maybe we'll bounce off? No. Alright, arrows. Keep moving. Really want to get handgunners over here. It's not going to easily happen, is it? Could get raw pikes over here. Maybe eventually assist in the fray there. I don't know. This melee is a bit of a tough situation. Okay, so cannons, right? We could charge, but then he could set up a drop. I could gamble on killing them fast enough. I think it's conceivable. Okay. Meantime, send your greetings. Lovely. Go for melee contact. And lose some arrows. Yeah. Nothing really worth shooting at there. So, what do we do? Got these 5 units to move, 6 units, 7 units. Raw longbowmen can maybe push towards this broken terrain. Then these longbowmen apply some pressure. Maybe you can prepare to do the same. Is that Rebos? Shooting would be a waste of arrows, but what else are we going to do here? Okay, you can perhaps move to the Ren a flank setup on these units, or at least, you know, make that problem less immediate. While you might be needed over here after all. Was enough for a cohesion check. Alright, looking good, but nothing is guaranteed yet. Next turn. Just had the game crash during this replay phase and had to exit out. I'll let Grambit know so he doesn't fear that there's anything unseemly going on. Every casualty lowers our deep pipe, so we need to get going there. So he locks us in, so we can't just block him in the difficult terrain there. Covers against a flank attack. Good. Keep them out of our way. Try for a charge. Good. Problem solved. Definitely loose arrows. Throw javelins. Zone them in. Half arc, but do it anyway. Damn, I was hoping for a check. But I guess we have to try. Okay. How are we going to do this? Do it. Perfect. Okay. Now, at this point, the stakes should protect us from a flank or rear charge from any of these 3 tiles. So we can just sit here and be okay. Do we hold? Not for long. Okay. Go take out those guns. Move. Say hello. What's left? Handguns. Maybe they can prepare to arc around that way. Raw longbows are going to be in trouble. Not much we can do. We could fall back and take a check. We could move here. They break, and then they get run into. It's a problem. Might give us a chance to finish this unit off, though. We'll have to go with it. We don't have a lot of flex here. Okay. More men-at-arms of our own. To move to minimize damage over here, I suppose. Alright, and handgunners towards this action. Next turn, Grandman's asking, since my men-at-arms were unable to move this turn other than to turn, the only unit of yours nearby is pursuing. I thought they did not have zone of control. They do. Pursuers ignore the zones of controls of enemy units. So I'll be sure to... I'll try to be sure to remember to answer that in the chat. Rallying the light crossbowmen, so that gives them like a 2% bump, I think, in the route percent there. And that's a little bit more unpleasant, but hopefully shouldn't be a huge deal. Interesting. Well, you try to get away. It is what it is. Casualties, please. Is it time to throw down stakes? Probably unnecessary, just loose arrows. And push forward with our pikemen. Turn these cannons. Go for the kill here. Fire. Loose. I see what we need to do here. If you go here, it's a half arc, but I want that frag. Then you charge here. And then... Good. Okay. And we're off. Sure, actually, it might be worth making sure they continue to route. Turn. Back. Charge. Combat strength is in our favor. Slug it out. You wait. Really much left for you to do, I guess. Turn that way? Turn that way? Sure. Okay. We're off. And... oh yeah, here. Take care of that. No, just go away, please. Alright, if he doesn't rally, that's match. If he does, it might still be match, depending on what happens here. Alright, that's match. Graham tells me, well played. Good luck in the next round. Same to you. See if anything happens in this phase. Oh, if it does, it can't be that important. Oh. Well, I have to say I'm pretty pleased with this one, given how terribly it started. I didn't deploy well for my army comp, or at least I underestimated just how much Grandma could commit to taking this key terrain. And so, I deployed. I even marched forward a turn before I realized, like, oh, this is a horrible idea. He had more lights, and he had crossbowmen who have protected and 50% swordsmen against raw longbowmen with no armor, no melee capability, and slightly fewer skirmishers. It was not a recipe for success, so I had to do a not even really a little bit of fighting, but a mostly just outright retreat this way, under fire the entire time. A rough start. And Graham had refused contact here initially where I had strength. In the end, enough units got sucked into both sides that he had to come back before he was defeated piecemeal. And at that point it was too late because I had a delaying action going here. Stars of the show, these longbowmen with their stakes just being annoying and being in the way in the rough ground. Another factor to talk about is the fact that I did not bring any Kyles. This French list can get 2 Swiss Kyles. I didn't get any. Well, here's the thing. 3 units of raw pikemen is 144 points. 1 unit of Swiss Kyle is 154 points. So, the Swiss Kyle have an additional 75 over these on quality. They get an additional tile of movement. They ignore most enemy Zocs. They have a visible 5th rank of men so that they do not lose any deep pike POA until they've taken 20% casualties. But, 3 is better than 1. Like, I have a unit fighting here. I have a unit fighting here. I have a unit getting ready to fight here. And yes, these guys can be flanked and they're raw, so a frontal charge could trash them. But honestly, with the general at close to full strength, they can bounce some nightly charges before the loss of POA matters. And in that time, missile support can get to work. Right? They can murder Rebos. They can stab men at arms to death in melee just fine if they can find a way to force them into melee. Right? So even if these men at arms were steady, these POAs would apply. So armor advantage 90, see 20% heavy weapon contained in the raw pikes, so not 100 but 90. Troop quality 50 versus pike, however much deep pike is remaining. So note that we've taken just 30 casualties and we've lost 17 deep pike POAs. So it is a vulnerability, but made up for somewhat also with overlappers 15 for having a larger unit with heavy weapon or swordsmen contained in a unit of pikes. Troop quality minus 25, so we have a net of 33, which isn't amazing. And then we have combat strength modifier, which is 91 for the larger size unit. So it is really a good unit for 48 points, and it's just a better buy than the Swiss, I think. Although it's not a good choice against the Swiss, they'll just crumble and explode and make everyone run away. So that's round 4. So currently I'm sitting at the top of the scoreboard, and unfortunately, right below me, not far below me, is Tyranek, who honestly is a better player than I am. So it's going to be a very tough round 5. So, a good game to Gramed. Good luck in round 5 of the tournament. Until next time.